ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the CD Racoola Show. Oh boy, do I have a big show for you today as I review the latest from A Quiet Place franchise. A Quiet Place Day 1! Sorry if I was a little bit too loud for you, my dears. I actually previously reviewed both Quiet Place 1 and 2 together in one video, so feel free to check that out as well. I popped it right down in the description down below here, so you won't have to do too much work. This film was a prequel film to those former films. As stated in the title, it starts at day 1. I love prequel films like this because it kind of shows how all this alien invasion stuff went down, with the creatures coming out of the sky and then almost immediately getting to the business of wiping out all you loudmouth humans out there in one fell swoop. In this 2024 prequel film, it is set in the city that never sleeps, and neither do I. New York City, the Big Apple, baby! New York City is in fact the loudest city in the United States, so you better believe when those aliens dropped into old NYC, they were having themselves a good old-fashioned heyday. Actually, more like a buffet. The story follows Samira, played by Lupita Nyong'o. Sorry if I butchered that name. You have to forgive me, my brain is 600 years old and slightly rotted. Lupita has been in loads of film lately, but as far as horror goes, she starred in the film Us. Speaking of Us, I need to review Us. Let me leave myself a little note here. Note to self. Review the film Us. Also, the little red-headed good guy doll I recently got was not where I last put him. And one of my butcher knives is missing. Probably should look for them. Samira in this film is a terminally ill cancer patient and is determined, come hell or high water, to get herself a tasty little slice of pizza from her favorite New York pizzeria that she went to as a young girl. Ain't that sweet? Side note, you kinda knew throughout this film as it went along that Samira was going to sacrifice herself at some point. I mean, she really had nothing to lose at this juncture, so something I expect and something you'll see if you see the movie. I will leave it at that because I don't want to be a little spoiler. No spoiled boys and girlies here. I love this franchise because the creatures are something that is brand new and fresh. Vampys, werewolves, zombies, and ghosts are so overplayed. So it's nice to have something so savage just come out of the woodwork and blow the doors open to the universe of horror creature features. Speaking of the creatures, we got to see them a lot more and in greater detail than in the other previous Quiet Place films, I felt like. I personally think they have a really cool look, and I love the way they just stampede around and just tackle whomever, like some kind of ticked-off linebacker or something. One of the most interesting parts of the film was that I thought there was some kind of like alien eggs set up near that industrial fire. You remember that part. But it was actually some kind of food, I guess, that the creatures were eating. Not a whole lot of explanation on it, but it appeared to me to be some kind of alien version of fruit gushers or something, if you've ever had those before. So if anyone out there has a better explanation for me on what those were, other than alien fruit gushers, feel free to let us know. The Quiet Place franchise is scary to me and keeps my eyes peeled to the screen and my palms slightly sweaty. They always are a little sweaty anyway, because you just don't know. At some point, someone could make a noise and cost you your life. I think it kind of makes you more aware about how much noise is surrounding you in your daily life, you know? I always think it's funny in these films when they scream when it's thundering or under loud running water or whatever. But in real life, if those maniacal beasts were after you, there's no way that you would be taking the chance, running water or not. I do think that this film is super scary, and I think it got real freaky when they went underground and they saw that one hulking alien creature in that little space above the water. I really like that they stuck with the fact that the aliens can't swim, and they just don't do water, if you remember the people on the boat at the end. Kind of sounds a bit like me, to be honest. I don't really do water. So get your cruise ships, your houseboat, your canoe, your kayak, your surfboard, or whatever you got, because that's the only way you're getting out of the Quiet Place universe alive. Oh, before I move on, oh boy, can we talk about that darn cat? Let's talk about the cat for a second. I mean, let's be honest, I was expecting that cat to be meowing or something and send the aliens into a tizzy of bloodlust. But to be honest, the cat seemed to not have a care in the world and went about business as usual. Apocalypse or not, the cat was doing its thing. You see, this is my theory. Kitty cats live by their own set of rules, and I firmly believe that cats are the real rulers of this planet, and humans are little more than pawns in their game. The cat was just unfazed. I thought it was funny, whatever. I did really like this film, and I did think it was scary, with good acting to boot, so I'm going to get it pretty high marks on the old scarometer. I would like to thank you for joining me here on the CD Racoola Show, and if you could quietly and silently tap the subscribe button, I would be most thankful. Please join me next episode when I dance my way across the screen like a little ballerina through a Vampy film of all things. Abigail. Oh, that should be a good bit of fansies. So, till next time, my little blood bags, keep quiet, because you never know who or what might be listening. Possibly me. Well, probably me. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.